like a glove.
John from the score. Chris never miss. Got him banging for. What's up, guys? Who else is gonna sing for you this Saturday with a Bitcoin video? Me. That's who. What's up, guys? It's Saturday, December 14th, 2024. That is the Bitcoin block height. That is the Bitcoin price today. And that, my friends, is how many Satoshis you can get for $1. My goodness, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Satoshi Saturday, the official Satoshi Saturday, episode number 44, I think. You guys know I'm not good with numbers. That song you just heard was from our album, from the Bitcoin Amigos. We have 9 songs up there. There they are right there. You can go to this website right here to go ahead and zap some sats over there if you like the songs. They're pretty cool. They're pretty catchy. And that's from our new channel, the Bitcoin Amigos channel, with me, Jerry Loves Freedom, Chris from Fractal Bitcoin, and Jor for the score. And Chris never misses. Jor for the score from 88 Sats Radio. 2 great guys, 2 of my partners. We're going to be doing some big things in the year 2025. So go on over there and subscribe to the channel and let me know what you guys think. We do a live stream every Friday. And again, we got some big things coming down the pipeline. And I'm telling you, you guys are not going to want to miss this. And if you guys want to learn more about Bitcoin and study more about Bitcoin, go ahead and check out both of their individual channels. And trust and believe, you're going to learn a lot from them. So with that being said, let's get on into it. As you can see from the title, I believe personally there's going to be a big competition with fiat currencies and digital currencies in the future. And obviously I believe I know who's going to be the winner. We'll get into that more in this video. But as you guys know, we're living in a digital world today and everything's going digital. I remember when I was a kid, we used to all pay cash and then we went to credit cards when you had to punch them in, and then you could swipe the credit cards and then you can put it in with a chip, and now you can scan it and everything's digital, and technology is going so fast just in my short little lifetime, and everything's changed. And of course it is a digital world. And in a digital world, you're gonna need the best digital money. In the upcoming, in the near future, next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, I don't know if it's gonna take that long, but there's gonna be a lot of competitions between these digital currencies. Fiat currencies, central bank digital currencies, slavery currencies, gold-backed currencies like Peter Schiff wants to do, which, you know, I don't think that's gonna work. Then you're gonna have other cryptocurrencies that are gonna be out here, digital currencies we haven't even heard of yet. You're gonna have, of course, Bitcoin and Satoshis. There's gonna be some more forks, I believe, coming for Bitcoin. But right now, we do have some forks as of now with Litecoin, BSV, and Bitcoin Cash. I got names for all those that I won't mention here, and other digital currencies that are not even out yet. Now, before you watch this video and really get into it, if you haven't watched my episode number 3, Satoshi Saturday, I made a long time ago. I touched a lot on this. It's kind of like a continuation of that. But all the stuff that I was saying before obviously applies, but then all the new stuff that's happened, this is the updated version, because again, all the stuff that's happened that I'm gonna talk about in this video. So I felt it's a good time to talk about the upcoming war for money, digital currencies, and the competition that's coming sooner than we think. And the reason why I say we're headed towards a big competition with not only fiat currencies of the past, like the ones that we're dealing with now, because again, even though they're still around now and they've been here in the past, they still will be here in the short to near future, but again, they'll be digital, is because we're going through a paradigm shift. And information is spreading like wildfire right now. And the people that are getting on board with Bitcoin and different cryptocurrencies and things like that, and also gold and silver bugs, and people that get their news outside the mainstream media in general, are starting to wake up to the fact. Not only is a lot of things they've been taught as a scam, but they also figured out that the dollar is broken. And inflation is a real thing. People are starting to wake up to the fact that inflation is not just prices going up, it's the value of their dollar going down, and they know where it comes from now. A lot of people, more people than in 2020, that the printing press up there or down there in Washington, D.C., and also in other countries. Again, the US dollar is the strongest one. It's the world reserve currency, but at the end of the day, it's still dying from 1,000 cuts. And people are starting to recognize that. And because of that, there is a paradigm shift, and people are going to be looking for different options. And obviously on this channel, as you can see from the title of this series, Satoshi Saturdays, I believe Bitcoin and Satoshis is the number one, the only, and the best option. Because again, like the great Michael Saylor says, there is no second best.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best?
There is no second best.
Now, some of you that may be new to this may be thinking, well, what do you mean inflation and the dollar's dying and stuff like that? Again, you may not even heard of any of this. If the definition of money was a lie to you, then you're probably thinking to yourself, well, if that's a lie, what is money? And that's the age-old question that honestly, I don't think there's no definitive answer. I've heard a lot of answers to that, but the way I define it is this. Money is energy. You go to work, you trade your time for money, and those paper dollars that you thought were money that was actually fiat currency, they give you that in exchange for your time or your efforts or whatever you're doing, goods, services, time, whatever. And then you take that said money and then you pay your bills with it, which again, it's entrapped in dollar bills, that energy. Maybe invest it. And again, the only reason we invest because the dollars are dying, because you're supposed to take the dollars that you use today and in 10, 20, 30 years from now, you're supposed to be able to purchase the same amount you did 20 years ago with that $50, $100, $20 bill that you did then, that you could in the future. But unfortunately, it's not like, because again, they're printing so many dollars that not only prices are going up, but the value of your dollar is going down. And because of that, you can't save in those dollars because they're broken. You just can't. So what are we going to do? Again, people invest because of this and things like that. And people buy gold, and gold was money for thousands of years. It did its purpose. It was great. But the problem is you can't move around gold. You can't really spend gold. And when they took us off the gold standard in 1971,
I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets.
My goodness, that changed everything. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to the website. I think it's called WTF, happened in 1971. You'll see that everything changed on August 15th, 1971. And since then, the dollar's been dying. So what is money? Again, it's energy that you put out, that you get back, and then you spend, save for your time and energy. But honestly, to find out what money really is, because there's shows dedicated to what is money. Robert Breedlove has a show called What is Money? He's asked hundreds of people that, and everybody gives a different answer. So to me, money is energy. Money is energy, and energy is your life. So for me, money is your life. So now that you know that my definition of money, because again, that's just my definition. You got to figure that out yourself when you're studying Satoshis and Bitcoin. There are 4 stages of money, right? This happened with gold. This happened with any kind of money that's ever been in the world, seashells, any kind of rocks, anything. First stage of money is a collectible. People just collect it. It's a trinket. People like it. They're like, oh, this is nice. Wow, this is great. The second stage is when they figure out that it has value to it, and they start to store their value in it. So if they go out there and work and stuff like that, and they get those collectibles, they say, well, dang, I can transfer this through time and space, and I'll keep it as a store of value. That's number 2, a store of value. That's where we're at with Satoshis and Bitcoin, partly 90-something% store of value. The third step of money is medium of exchange. That's when you can, just like US dollars, you can take some cash, give it to somebody, and they'll accept it. And right now, Bitcoin's probably 1 to 3% of Bitcoin and Satoshis are a medium of exchange. Once people in the local area and the country and all over the world start to understand that not only is it past the stage of a collectible, it's a great store of value, and it's a medium of exchange, that's when it becomes the fourth and final step, and that's the global world reserve currency. And right now, that's basically gold, because gold is accepted everywhere. But as far as fiat currency goes, it's the US dollar. But just like I said, we're going through a paradigm shift, and who knows how long that's going to last. Now, let me say this. I'm still a free market capitalist. I believe in the free market. I don't believe in the government choosing a money for us. I believe in the long process of going through those 4 stages I talked about earlier. That's what gold went through. Before January 3rd, 2009, the market in the world picked gold. It was the best money. That's what it went all the way up to the 4th stage. The problem is, this is the first time in history with these fiat currencies, especially with the US dollar in particular. Not only did the free market was not able to choose it, the government made us use fiat currency without anybody asking. But with people getting more education about how money works and what money is and everything else, and like I said before, with the digital assets and learning about inflation and stuff, people are starting to realize, like, holy crap, you got countries all over the world choosing not to be in their native fiat currency because it's dying. Not only have some of these fiat currencies around the world have died, but they're quickly dying with hyperinflation and stuff like that. So again, with all these different cryptocurrencies, digital assets that are going to be coming out, pretending and posing to be money, like XRP and Ethereum and Solana and all that. And again,
There is no second best.
if you know, you know. And I'll get to that in a second. People are trying to use these different digital assets, these different tokens, Tether and things like that. They're getting out of their local fiat currency and turning towards these digital currencies, and they're choosing them instead of the government choosing for them. Now, in my opinion, do I think cryptocurrencies are money, can be money? No, right? When you hear the word cryptocurrency, guys, let me be clear here. 95% of the time, maybe more, when you hear the news pundits saying the word cryptocurrency, they're talking about Bitcoin, okay? Now, Bitcoin is a form of cryptocurrency, but again, and I've said this 1,000 times, Bitcoin could be a cryptocurrency, but a cryptocurrency can't be Bitcoin. And that's a big difference, right? You got Bitcoin, which is designed to be a money, the hardest money in the world. It's got a 21 million cap, right? And that's it. Now, some of you guys, I already know, because I read the comments and stuff, some of you guys are going to talk about the forks of Bitcoin. Like I said earlier, Litecoin, Bcash, BSV, and the like. You're going to tell me that they're going to be money and they're going to be competition for Bitcoin and Satoshis. Let me tell you this, guys. It's not going to be competition. The market has already spoken. And if you look at the charts, when you price those forks in comparison to Bitcoin, it's not even close. Okay? You don't see countries buying these forks. You don't see big companies like MicroStrategy, and you don't see ETFs buying these forks. You don't see multi-millionaires and billionaires buying these forks. You just don't. There was a block size war circa 2016, 2017 that that Bitcoin Cash and the rest of them have lost. So again, if you're going to talk to me about the forks of the real Bitcoin, and it can compete, and it's got the same, 21 million. I think Litecoin has 84 million or something like that, and it's going to compete. I'm sorry, I don't have time to explain it to you. You just don't understand. So now let's talk about cryptocurrencies outside of the forks of Bitcoin, right? Talking about the altcoins, or what we like to call S coins, right? Do I think they're going to be competition for Bitcoin? At first they will, because a lot of people that are Bitcoin maxis right now, including myself, get in through the door of cryptocurrency. Some people get into it because the money goes up. Some people think Ethereum or Solana or XRP is going to be the railroad or something to a new money, or central bank digital currencies can be using that, and they can use it for bank wires or whatever they use them for. And I get it, and I understand that. But again, there's no competition for money when it comes to Bitcoin and Satoshi. They're just not. Right now, again, don't trust me, verify. This is not financial advice. I'm just giving you my humble opinion based on thousands and thousands of hours. Again, I had some cryptocurrencies, and then within the first 2 months that I had them, I sold them all for Bitcoin. Because once you know and understand, compared to Bitcoin, these rest of these cryptocurrencies, again, like Michael Saylor says, there is no second best. And there's not going to be 2, 3, 4, 5 monies. There's only going to be one money that wins, guys. And when it comes to cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin is king. Now, do I think cryptocurrencies are going to go to zero and crash and burn? Most of them are. 97 to 99% of them are, if they're talking about being money. But I think some of these projects, and that's what they are, projects with CFOs and CEOs and people that own them. Because again, Bitcoin is a protocol. It's a network. Nobody owns it. It's just like the internet. Who owns the internet? Nobody. Anybody can go on the internet. You don't have to check in with anybody. There was no pre-mine with Bitcoin. There's about 1.1 million coins that haven't been spent in over 15 years, something like that. With Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator, the pseudonym name of the creator or creators of Bitcoin, they haven't spent them. So they didn't pre-mine those. They just mined them so they can get the network going. And what a sacrifice, man. Unlike some of these other CEOs and stuff that did these pre-mines for these projects. Will some of them stick around? Sure, but they're definitely not going to be money, guys. They're just not. And again, don't take my word for it. Do your studying and you'll understand. But when it comes to money, cryptocurrencies, guys, they just don't stand a chance. Now, let's talk about the BRICS nations. Now, the BRICS nation, the BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, Saudi Arabia, I think South Africa now, so it should be BRICS. This is with an S, 2 S's, are talking about making their own money and getting away from the US dollar. I don't know how that's going to turn out. I don't know exactly what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to make their own digital currency. They're going to make a digital currency backed by gold. I'm not sure which one they're going to do, but I'm telling you right now, it's not going to beat Bitcoin, guys. It's just not. I'm sorry. Why is it? Because of the network effect of Bitcoin. Bitcoin has over 400 million users, I believe, a few hundred million users. The people that are gobbling up Bitcoin, the big boys, and people like us, the hodlers, understand what Bitcoin is. So I don't actually know what BRICS is going to come up with. I've heard different rumors of what they're going to do, but whatever they're going to do, it ain't going to beat Bitcoin. Now, the US dollar, let's talk about that. Will the US dollar remain as the world reserve currency? Well, again, like I said about Trump, he is in office now, And I think he's going to strengthen the dollar, guys. I know a lot of you guys don't want to hear that, but I think he will in comparison to the other fiat currency. But when it compares to Bitcoin, it's going to weaken against Bitcoin. It just is. No matter what Trump says, does, whatever, even Vivek Ramaswamy, Elon Musk, and those two guys are aliens because two of the smartest guys in the world, most efficient guys in the world, even they can't stop money printing. We have to print money. How are we going to pay off the debt? We can't pay off the debt. There's only one way we're going to pay off the debt. And I think you guys already know what it is. It's Bitcoin. So now that we know that the US dollar, which is the strongest currency, money right now in the world, is not going to beat Bitcoin. What else do we have? Well, we got the big monster, the elephant in the room, the central bank digital currencies. It's already been out in a few countries. And let's just say the people that are in charge of this, the evil people, I'm not gonna say it because I don't want my channel to get shut down or the video to get banned, but you know who these people are. The central bank digital currencies are going to be spreading fast. Do I think the United States of America will have a central bank digital currency? No, not with Trump in office. Absolutely not. Now, I don't know what's going to happen after these next 4 years. I don't know. But during this presidential term, no, I don't think short term it will be. But if the Republicans or the America First movement stays in power for the next 4 to 16 years or whatever, we don't have to worry about that. But again, we're talking about global money here. Stage 4, the global reserve currency. And central bank digital currencies, guys, that's a problem. The reason why I say it's a problem is because inflation is terrible right now. It just is. And what's going to happen when people are hurting and don't have any money? What are the people that started the fire going to do? They started the fire in the house. They're going to come around through the back. They're going to come up to the front of the house, take off their arson clothes and put on their firefighting uniform and say, here, we're here to save you. And they're going to put on your phone, they're going to give you quote unquote free money, free digital money. And because you're hurt and you can't pay your bills and you can't eat and you're starving and you're about to lose your house or you're homeless or whatever, people are going to take it. They are going to take it short term. But long term, when they understand what's going on with central bank digital currencies, with the control that they're going to have over us, because that's what it is, it's slavery and control. These central bank digital currencies not only going to have a social credit score attached to it, which means if they don't like something you say on social media or stuff like that, or you've eaten too much meat, or you travel too much, or you've done something they don't like, aka you've been a bad boy or girl, not only will they give you some kind of allowance on what you can spend with your money, but they won't let you save in it because they'll take it away, because they'll make it disappear after a few months. But also, they could just lock you out of your money and take it away for good. Central bank digital currencies are the one I'm scared of the most. That's the biggest competition, and it's flat out slavery, guys. It is. And it was made because of Bitcoin. It wasn't made because of Ethereum. It wasn't made because the dollar is dying. It was made because of Bitcoin. They want to battle Bitcoin. Central bank digital currencies is like the Joker to Batman or Lex Luthor to Superman. It's the evil version of the good money.
This is the difference between Bitcoin and a central bank digital currency. Bitcoin is completely decentralized. There's no one founder or CEO which can program the money. With a central bank digital currency, it's basically a digital version of what we have now. There's nothing different to it. It's going to be entirely centralized in the control of the government and the central bank. So if for whatever reason you hold the incorrect opinion, they can just program the money and use it against you. So if you like the wrong thing on social media, your central bank digital currency will no longer work. With Bitcoin, nobody can touch it. It's entirely in your possession. You'll have a non-custodial wallet, and that is where you'll hold your Bitcoin, and nobody has access to that.
The difference is, again, control, central bank digital currency, slavery, in an unlimited supply. They can give it out like it's nothing. But what's going to happen with central bank digital currencies, I believe, after first few years it comes out, not only will people start waking up to the slavery, but they'll understand and realize that Bitcoin is better, because central bank digital currencies is going to be free advertisement for Bitcoin. It is, because everything's going to be digital then. Everybody's going to be using their phones. Going to be no more cash. It's going to be a cashless society. And because of that, their neighbor, their friends, their family member is going to have Bitcoin. And not only is that money better and they're increasing their purchasing power and there will be no inflation, it'll be deflationary, but also they won't be slaves when they're using Satoshis. So even though central bank digital currencies will be a problem, a big problem, I believe overall, after maybe a decade or two, I don't know, I think Bitcoin will ultimately defeat it and become the world reserve currency. I really believe that. It's gonna take some fighting and stuff like that, because again, it's very, very hard to beat. But the problem for them is there's more of us than them. And the thing with Bitcoin versus central bank digital currencies is nobody chose it. I'm not going to choose it. And I know you're not. Bitcoin is of the people, for the people, and by the people. And it's going to be the greatest money ever. That's why all these nation states are buying. That's why Donald Trump is building a strategic Bitcoin reserve. That's why the ETFs have over 1.2 or 3 million Bitcoin. BlackRock has 500 something thousand themselves. I know they don't actually own it. I know that. MicroStrategy has over 423,000 Bitcoin, over 2% of the entire network of Bitcoin. And a lot of millionaires and billionaires and hodlers like us are never going to sell. So for all those reasons, I think Satoshi's, aka Bitcoin, is going to be the winner of the digital currency or fiat currency, whatever, the money currency competition. I really believe that. And again, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a while. But also what Bitcoin has that these other ones don't have, besides everything I named before, it's immutable. You can't change it. It's a ledger that anybody can see that runs a node. Again, it's of the people, for the people, and by the people. It can't be stopped. It can't be confiscated. You could take your money across the border having 12 or 24 words. Nobody even knows you have it. Bitcoin is nowhere and everywhere at the same time. It has so many different attributes about it that we've never seen anything like this. There you have it, guys. I believe Satoshis and Bitcoin are going to be the winner of the currency, money, digital asset, world reserve currency, whatever competition over the next few decades. But again, don't trust me. Verify. Do your own research. Study your butt off about Bitcoin. You can read Z books or eat Z bugs. But for those of you that already have your education up and been in this for a few years, a few more cycles, you got to keep buying Satoshis and you got to keep studying. And most importantly, after those things, you got to pass on your knowledge. Again, you got to act like you got the cure to cancer, man. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys want to start buying Satoshis before everybody catches on or after? You tell me. If you're on zero right now and you're one of these people on my channel, unfortunately, some of you, I guess you like looking at me or like hearing me talk or something. I don't know. If you're one of these people on zero, let me give you a little spoiler alert. Bitcoin is going to win. And the biggest risk that you can take, I'm telling you, is not buying Bitcoin, but the biggest risk you can take is having no Bitcoin. But it's up to you. You do what you want. You know, you can keep using the money that these people chose for you, because you didn't choose it. You didn't choose the fiat currency. They make you do it. They make you get paid in it. They make you pay your bills in it. They make you pay your taxes in it. In the future, it's not going to be like that. You're going to have a choice. And again, would you rather choose after everybody else does it or before? And again, unlike the past, you have a choice now. It's up to you. All the ones I named in this video, you can choose. Any one of those. You don't have to choose the US fiat currency in the future. You don't. This is the first time in a long time that human beings can pick their own money, and a digital money in a digital world. And to me, for digital money in a digital world, which one's the best digital money? And from some of you gold stackers out here, I feel your pain, guys. I feel your pain. I say this all the time. I send it to you 100 times, 1,000 times. You guys are almost there, man. Almost there. And when I talk about some of you being on zero, I'm mostly talking about the gold stackers, to be honest with you, and the silver stackers. I love silver too, man. You can go back and buy it. I got some videos on that. Maybe I'll put them in the links in the description box of how you can go back and buy much, much more. But I'm telling you right now, in the digital world, you need digital money. So to me, the choice is clear in the future, because the future looks bright. The future is on its way and it's coming. So it's completely up to you. You have a choice. You can stay in the analog money and your gold and silver. You can stay in the slavery money. You can stay in the money of the past, the fiat currency that you didn't choose. You could choose an S coin that are just projects that are owned by somebody else. You can hang out with the BRICS nations. With them, you can go with Peter Schiff and go with a gold-backed digital money, which again is not going to work. You can choose slavery with central bank digital currencies, or you can save the best money and the best invention, discovery ever. You can choose freedom. And that's what Satoshis are. That's what Bitcoin is. That's freedom, guys. Again, man, my name is Jerry from Jerry Loves Freedom. You guys know how I am. This is not a Bitcoin channel. I talk a lot about Bitcoin. I've said this once, I'll say it 1,000 times. I don't love freedom because I love Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin because I love freedom. So if you're like me and you choose freedom and you value your freedom, because again, my name is Jerry Loves Freedom, but you can put a blank before Loves Freedom and put your name in it. Just like the Bitcoin amigos, we're all amigos. We all love freedom. Every last one of us, that's why we're here. That's why most of you guys live in America and other countries. You want your freedom, you want your rights and your sovereignty, and you don't want nobody messing with you. And you can do that with Bitcoin. You can save in Satoshis. You can change your bloodline, your whole family's dynasty. You can do it. But it's only a 10-year period right now, guys. Either you're gonna save in it now or you're gonna work for it later. It's as simple as that. So listen, this video is long, I know that, but I had to tell you guys this and understand you got to skate to where the puck is going. Because you guys know that now and you're here with me, I really appreciate it. Make sure you click the links down below. But again, guys, your family is going to be building statues of you in the future. So now that you know that, please, guys, listen to me when I say this, please. Stack Satoshis today, guys, today. So you and your family don't have to work for those exact same Satoshis tomorrow. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.